Renee Noor, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 Magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar. And I want to say welcome everyone to the GW3 Global Women Wealth Warriors. We are here live. Yes, we are live. And today it's Thursday. It's all about Takeover Thursday. Whether you're on the YouTube, whether you're right there in the clubhouse, or if you're watching us on Facebook, we just like to say welcome to an amazing Thursday. Oh my goodness, guys. This is the first Thursday right after the 4th of July holiday, and it has been an amazing opportunity for us to really reflect upon what we were able to accomplish, as well as with some of the greatest moments of being able to spend quality time with family, friends, but also we probably were able to gain a couple of family and friends as well. Today's Takeover Thursday. Why is healthy eating essential to living? Not only are we going to talk about it, we're going to bring some of our amazing global warrior ladies to join in the conversation. So if you haven't already, make sure you go to the top of if you're in the clubhouse, go to the top of the link. We already posted the link up, so therefore you can see us live right here on, right here on YouTube, as well as we're in the Facebook. I want to make sure that you guys stay plugged in with us. Today is all about yellow hearts. So if you haven't already put some yellow hearts in the chat, go ahead on. We're going to light up the chat. We're going to bring great energy. And speaking of great energy, how about this? Let's bring up the lady herself who knows how to rock energy no matter where she is, any time of the day, the one and only, our life coach expert. The lady is Miss Startina.
Woo, 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 woo. Hello to you and each and every one of you. I am Stars Tina, so super excited to be here with you today on this Takeover Thursday.
Oh my goodness. It was so great seeing you, Stars Tina, this weekend talking about fun. Let me say this. You have a whole lot of energy. I thought I had a lot of energy, but you, my friend, are just like overloaded with great energy. Tell us, what are some of the secrets of why you have so much great energy? Please, come on.
Well, I kind of steal people's energy, Renee. Like whoever I'm around, I take their energy. Guys, I'm surprised Renee didn't drop into a split on the dance floor. I don't know if you saw her YouTube channel. She did this move, and I was like, okay, Miss Janet Jackson. But yeah, the energy, but your vibe is your tribe, and the people that I surround myself with, the energy's got to be up. And, Renee took me to this beautiful party. I felt like I was back in college. House of Shea Moisture. DJ Envy was there. Real DJ happening. And we were just dancing. They had to kick us out, literally. And then we made this beautiful video montage collab. But Renee, we just had the energy in the room. And it was funny because they tried playing that twerking dirty music, but they could just see that was not the vibe.
No, it really wasn't the vibe. It's so funny. Literally, people were not even dancing until he put on the right music, right? And it's so funny. If I would have had on some pants, I probably would have gone in a split. But because I was wearing a dress, it was not appropriate for me to drop it down all the way. But let me say this, the energy, we had our young millennials right there with us, as well as some of our preteens and also some of our teenagers, thanks to Malika Starr and her beautiful youth that was joining us. And guys, it's all about us coming together, celebrating each other, and the energy was so explosive. If you guys haven't had a chance, as you heard what Star Tina said, go straight to the YouTube, go straight to our Instagram page, because we did a great montage of all of the great activities. And we still haven't posted up all of the pictures. But one of the greatest things about the GW3 fam, we know how to have a good time. We are always intentional in that space. And we wanted you to always
Mm,
understand we keep everybody's crowns lifted way
mm,
up, way up. And it was just a reflection of who we are. So thank you, Stars Tina. Thanks
mm,
to Lolita, our mayor of the GW3 fam, Malika Star,
mm.
her beautiful family. We also had some of our college students right there with us. And this is just the beginning. Wait until we get together August 19th through the 21st. Oh my goodness. Not only we're going to get together, it's going to be explosive, but we always have to make sure we have our fashion show. And you guys did a little bit of a fashion show also during that time. How was that, Stars Tina?
Oh, that was amazing, guys. We were on the dance floor. It was the Madonna song. Vogue came out, and it was like, okay, fashion show time. Let's hit it. I loved it. It was so much fun.
Absolutely. Well, you know what was so impressive about you, Stars? You were able to do something because I know you talk about that intermediate fasting. And with that, that is something that's really keeping you more in control of your
Yes.
diet. It's so funny. I was talking to one of our super speakers that's going to be joining us, Mr. Frederick Penny, and he was talking about doing the exact same thing. That's what he's doing right now. So share with everyone why you find that to be so important, especially during these seasons right now that we're in. Please.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Well, the main reason why I did it was because it was the end of Q2. And I like to focus. And mindset, we always say, is the most important, right? And I figure if you can control your mind, you can control anything. And Renee, I love to eat. When I say I love to eat, I'm a snacker. I love to snack all the time. I'm always eating. And someone kind of dared me. They were like, I don't think you can do it, Tina. And they were telling me the benefits, and they said how much energy they had when they were doing the 72-hour fast. And I was like, how in the world are you going to have energy? How in the world are you going to be able to move? And I remember the second day, it was probably like 48 hours in, and I was sitting outside the hotel room, and I saw someone running, and I'm kind of competitive, guys, and I just felt this burst of energy. But when you do your fasting, you want to start slow, with either a 12 window, but I did 72 hours of nothing but water. Of course, I put electrolytes in it, maybe some pink Himalayan salt, but for me, I did it mainly for my mindset, because I feel the stronger you are with your mind, you can do anything. And if I can control my food, I can control everything, my money, my finances, my career, my relationships. So that's mainly why I did it. And New Orleans, let me tell you, the smells, Renee,
Yes.
walking through the halls. But when I got to eat, I had your auntie's plate at the airport with the mac and cheese. Someone said, "Where'd you buy that from?" I was like, you can't have
Mhm.
any.
It's like sometimes you got to be selfish with what you have, right? Yes.
Yeah.
You know what was so awesome to see you? Just like I said, you're so disciplined. And I'm sorry if we were like putting all this food in your face. We apologize for that. It's so funny. After you all left, we wound up even having crabs alongside with some more seafood. One of the greatest things about our family, not only do we love on each other, but we truly do it also through a way of cooking for each other. And a lot of the food was all of our food is cooked with love. That's one of the greatest things about it. And Auntie Davita, absolutely love you, love you, love you. She's such a special person, and we're so grateful that you all were able to spend quality time with the family. You know, I love the fact that you talked about this salt. Now let's break it down. As you were drinking your water, you took the time to not only just have like regular water, but you infused it with a couple of other things, so therefore you can help the balance of the water. So break that down for us again.
I'll do the best I can, but pretty much the most important thing is when you're drinking water, a lot of people think, oh, I'll just drink water, I'll be good. And then they think that they'll do uh, electrolytes, when you buy the water with electrolytes, but it goes deeper than that. And that's why for me, I like to add the pink Himalayan salt, because years ago, Renee, I was exercising a lot, drinking a lot of plain water. and I got this cramp in my leg. I could not walk for 3 days. I was in a wheelchair. It was horrible. And they said I wasn't getting enough electrolytes in my system because I was working out so much. I was sweating so much. I was drinking water, but there was no substance in the water. So for me, I keep it simple. Of course, you can get a little containers where you drip some electrolytes in it, but just the pink Himalayan salt. Now, some people put it in the water, but I don't want to drink a bunch of water. So I just put it in my hand, give it a little lick,
Yeah.
drink the water, and I'm good to go. That's how I kind of like a shot of water.
Yeah. Well, my daughter is an athlete. So, of course, they have to do a lot of those electrolytes. And, I'm just grateful to see also her transformation.
She's amazing.
About a year ago,
Renee, I
yes.
gotta pause you. Your daughter, oh my gosh, you guys, let me tell you. I saw her, I guess it was January. Now her
Hmm.
body, maybe it's just getting older, but she looked amazing, like lean and toned. And she was talking, I don't know if you probably know this, Renee, but she was saying how she gets up early in the morning and her intermittent fasting. And I was like, okay, young
Yes.
girl. Because a lot of the young women, they just eat crazy. And then she was talking to me about Renee when Renee was eating, what did she say? Broccoli? What was the two things? Oh, eggs and something else when you did your clean, super clean eating. Very impressive, Renee. She was like, my mom did this and my mom did that.
Yeah. It's so funny to see how she's made that transformation. And as you said, a lot of our young people today, guys, if you have youth that are eating all these, like, don't get me wrong when I say this, fast foods as well as chicken and all these other dairy products, you're going to have youth that are very, maybe not obese, but they're going to have extra weight on them because with these foods, unfortunately, it's helping, to store other unnecessary fat. And I noticed once she made that transformation, Janae used to do a lot of pastas, and she still do a pastas, but she used to do a lot of dairies and all the other extra things. Watching her eat neat and, as she said, clean, oh my God, huge transformation. Now, because we're from New Orleans, she's gonna have to hold on to that seafood a little bit longer, so she's not like a vegan or anything like that. But one of the greatest things I have seen her, she stopped eating at 7:30 p.m. usually, and with that, now she trains her body automatically. And what happens, it's like it start burning off the fat as opposed to, other things inside of your system. I love the fact that she's so disciplined. Put that in the chat. I will be a disciplined eater because that's truly what you have to be is discipline in your eating, like you said, in your finance, as well as even in just who you are in general. How you do anything is how you should do everything. And I noticed she is a water drinker. She stopped doing all she really wasn't, you know, excited about, the Sprites as well as the Coca-Cola, all of those products. She always loved drinking a lot of water. And now I see her drinking water all of the time. When we go and order foods, that's one of the things she always have for her meals, always water. How many of you guys right now in the clubhouse, if when you go out and eat, that's all you drink is water? Now, not just water, but I always make sure I do what? Put a little bit of whether it's lime and lemon in the
Lemon.
water, so therefore you can get that infused. If you're in the clubhouse right now, if you're a water drinker, let us know. I want to see who's water drinkers in the clubhouse. Flash your mics. Let's hear the voices. If you're a water drinker, let us know. Okay. If you're a water drinker and you're watching us live, please put in the chat, I am a water drinker. Please, let's do that as well. If we have, okay, Mary Kim, you're a water drinker. Talk to us about it, Mary Kim. You like going to dinner. You don't literally take on any alcohol or anything like that. Is it just all water? Please, Mary Kim, share with us.
Unless it's a special, if I'm going out at night, I may have a glass of wine or something, but not typically. Like it's like a rare occasion. But I don't really like soda at all. I'll drink it maybe once in a blue moon. I don't like the fuzzy, the seltzer aspect of it, the bubbles. So I've always been like a water drinker, and I will add lemon to it, but I like the water. I don't like iced tea from restaurants. Usually it's too sweet. Like I'm really just more about the water. Um, yeah, and it changes. Like for me, I can tell the difference when I'm not drinking enough water. Like my skin is different.
Mm-hmm.
The hydration in my skin is different. The my system works differently. Like water helps filter out all the toxins in your body, helps you digest better. It helps your skin. It actually, as you hydrate your inside, it also hydrates your skin on the outside. So I can tell a lot with my face when I don't drink enough water, like in my hair. So it's so essential for me, and I've been doing it for years. Like, I'm known to be always going to the bathroom. That's how much water I drink.
I love
Renee,
it. I love it.
Renee, can
Great
you?
job. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, ask her, does she drink it room temperature or does she like it with ice? I'm curious how she drinks it.
Yes.
Room temperature.
Room temperature. Yes.
Good
Yeah.
job.
I
Good
don't like
job.
ice. You see, I don't usually place ice in my drink, especially not in my water. I truly just like it at room temperature. I think it's better for your digestive
Definitely.
system. Yes.
100%. Yes.
Yes, it's better for your digestive system. One of the other great things about Mary Kim, you just came off of your 75 hard. Come on, let's talk about it. Hey,
Woo!
woo! Congratulations. Congratulations. Yes, talk about it, your accomplishments.
Oh, it's so great. I was just sharing earlier. I took a picture, at the pharmacy place for my uncle, because I was like, wow, I look so like thinner, like my arms feel thinner and stuff. And I remember I wore a similar outfit to my son's second grade graduation. So he's going into fourth, so about 2 years ago, and I was much chubbier then. Apparently. And I didn't start the plant-based healthier eating, but I've really been conscious after that, just taking care of my health as I'm getting older, and things come up, and I was like, I've never been a person who like will pop pills. Like, it's just not even an aspirin. Like, I have to be extremely in pain to even pop an aspirin. It's just been how I functioned.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm gonna see if I can lower my blood pressure by changing my diet and all this stuff. And I looked back this morning, actually early in the morning, trying to find that second grade graduation, and I was like, my arms look a lot bigger, like so many things were different. And I was like, wow. And not that the 75 hard has not added value, because it has. I used to work out 3 to 5 times a week before I had my son, and I know I should pick that back up, but the 75 hard actually allowed me to start that process, so I'm beyond grateful. So I've gotten a little more toned than before, but I really think because I've been doing the more plant-based diet, that's helped me, because I'm not eating the red meat. Not that I ate it very often, but I'm not really eating meat. I'm taking in protein other ways. And as you know, I'm Italian, so the antipasta is the thing. All that cheese,
Yes.
all that bread.
Mamma mia.
Yeah. And so I think all those changes, and it's hard, especially when I'm around the food on holidays. But during the holidays, I'll eat a little bit, and then I'm like, why do I feel so gross? It's because my stomach is like 10 times its size. So I do notice a difference. So I really want to say that the majority of the reason why I've slimmed down, and I wasn't looking to slim down, but I wanted to just try to be more healthier, just to help control other health, I guess balance off other health things that were coming up. And so I saw the difference in the picture alone yesterday. I was like, wow, I look like I thinned down, in a good way. Like my old bras fit, like the extra fat we have around our bras.
Tell all the secrets, Mary Kim. Go ahead.
But it's good. It makes you, for me, I've never been one about, I don't even know how much I weigh. Like, I've never been on, not that I haven't been on a scale. I don't have a scale in my house. It's really about how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
The energy that you feel, like when you're feeling good, when you see the difference, more so for me than the weight aspect. Like, yes. I'm not into, the numbers and everything. But, I have more energy,
yes.
Especially, I have a kid who's 9 years old and just doing these different things that, and not that it's wrong to have these negative thoughts, but I had some friends who say, well, I'm about to turn 40-something or 50-something, and it just goes with what it is.
Right.
I'm supposed to get these different ailments. I'm supposed to have all these wrinkles, and my skin is dry. Oh, well. I'm like, no, you have control over that.
That's
you
right.
You can lotion up your face. You can drink more water. You can exercise. The culture of just, well, this is the way it's supposed to be, and I'm just going to deal with it. We do have that control, lack of a better word, to make better choices. And it doesn't have to be everything all at one time, but little by little, you can make a choice between, am I going to eat those fries or am I going to not order them at all? Like, I'm not a really good person to turn away food, especially if I like it. So for me, I can't buy it at my house because I will literally eat it all. So that's my way to control it. And then I'll indulge here and there, but not much. Mm-hmm. So I really think if you have the ability, outside of deteriorating your health or any other situation like that, make better choices. And it doesn't have to be everything. One thing at a time and take it slow. And I was amazed really on this journey that how much, like Carmela was saying earlier, that how much my diet before made me feel a certain way. And I can tell the difference now when I eat old stuff that I really don't eat anymore. So I highly recommend it. It's really been a game changer.
Everyone, let's give it up for Mary Kim. Woo, 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 woo. Please, everyone, let's put some yellow hearts in the chat. Let's blow it up. Mary Kim, your testimonial is just true to who you are. Not only did you talk about how when you eat certain foods, it truly makes you sluggish. It truly makes you sluggish. And now that I like the fact that you say no scales. Everybody put in the chat, no scales. I haven't had a scale in my home to even think about getting on because it totally takes away from you. 3 reasons why. Number one, scales just totally can be discouraging. Okay, it could totally be discouraging. And as you lose weight or as you retone, because that's what I like to say, we're retoning and redefining ourselves, muscle mass is going to weigh more than fat mass. So if you get on the scale and you wind up like, oh my God, I'm not losing anything, you get so discouraged. And that's why it's important not to focus on getting on that scale. I always like to say, size yourself based upon one of those favorite outfits that you were not able to fit in a while. Let that be your determining factor. Because one of the things they say about clothes, they don't lie. Clothes do not lie. You can try to say, oh my God, my clothes went to the dry cleaners. They shrunk my clothes. No, they didn't. You just gained weight. But once you start redefining and reshaping your body mass, you notice that your clothes start fitting differently and they start fitting looser. One of the things my daughter got me was this little waist bead, the bead waist, to be able to
Waist
train you
beads.
holding in your stomach, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right, Stars Tina?
Waist
Janae
beads.
has
Yep.
waist trainer, right? What do you call it?
Waist beads.
Waist beads.
Waist
Yeah,
beads.
waist beads. She has 3 of them. 3 waist beads. So those waist beads, not only does it focus on you having, like you can't, like you don't want to eat more than where it's kind of like it's a controlling mechanism, and it makes you think about, if you're eating more, then you start expanding and it starts hurting. So now this totally make you focus on holding in your stomach. And one of the things that you all can do, even if you don't like doing crunches as much while you're driving, while we're walking, you could do abdominal exercises all of the time just by pulling your abdominal stomach in every now and then. While you're sitting down talking, you can start doing your abdominal exercises. And those waist trainers, as you call them, say it again,
Beads. Beads.
waist
Waist beads.
beads, waist beads. With the waist beads, it totally helps you to start focusing on that waistline area. My goal, I always like to have a 26-inch waistline. When I'm at a 26, 27, I'm really happy. I'm happier. My clothes are happier. And, it's just like you said, Mary Kim, when you look in the mirror, it's like, oh my God, here I am. Oh, you could see a difference as well. What about you, Sarstina? What do you use
I
as one of
totally
those?
agree. I totally agree. I had waist beads. I don't know why I took them off, but I totally agree. And I was told once when you suck in your stomach for 10 seconds, like you were just saying, that's the equivalent of one sit up. So when people say, oh, my back hurts or I don't have the time, you can always do sit ups. Like right now, let's all do one sit up right now. Pull in your belly, pull it in, 1. And we're going to count to 10 as we're here. Keep sucking in more and more. That's 5. Keep pulling, 6. 7, suck it in more, 8, one more suck, 9, 10. That's one sit up. Woo! We did that.
Woo!
Now, Renee, I wanted to share something with you that I've heard about, but I just today I decided I'm going to do it. Normally we say, what are you having for breakfast or what are you eating for breakfast? And I don't know about you, but when I think of breakfast, I think of like pancakes, eggs, sausage, grits, biscuits, like that type of food. And I'm into the intermittent fasting, like I told you. So I'm changing my mindset from saying breakfast to saying meal one. So what are you having for your meal one? Because when you think of breakfast, you think of this early meal, like I have to have it at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And our goal is to stretch out our window of fasting. So I always say you want to start, if you've never done intermittent fasting before, start simple and say your last meal is 7 o'clock at night. Have your next meal 7 o'clock in the morning. And then as soon as you get that under control, then you want to start widening the window. For example, 11 to 7 or 12 to 8, so that you make it smaller, because when you have that space, it actually gives your stomach a break, because your stomach's always working, 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 and it needs an opportunity to break. So my tip with the intermittent fasting is change the way you think about your meal. So what are you having for meal one? One more thing, Renee. Your drink. What is the first thing you're drinking in the morning? And we talked about the water with the Himalayan pink salt. And then if you want to be extra snazzy and extra fancy, add some apple cider vinegar. If you're just starting, put a half a tablespoon, then tablespoon. I usually do about 2 tablespoons. Then I'll add some lemon to it. I'll add some cayenne pepper, a little bit of cumin and cinnamon, mix it all together. Make sure you use a straw because you don't want to stain your teeth, and then brush your teeth after. So that's my little thing, Renee, my new thing. Meal one
I
and
love
that
it.
special drink.
Yeah. I mean, how many of you guys did you hear what she said, guys? Because I love utilizing the straws first and foremost. That helps you too to not, to me, I don't know, with the straw, do you drink more or you drink less with the straw? Tell me.
I think more,
You drink more.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So drink your water with a straw. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the ticket. Drink your water with the straw. Every morning, it's important to have at least 2 glasses of water to kick your day off, as well as right before you go to sleep, to make sure you have water before you go to sleep as well. That helps with your digestive system. And one of the things that they say that helps to prevent you having a heart attack while you are asleep by
Mm,
drinking
mm.
water. So that's something that's a great tip. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, I got to drink a gallon of water, based upon your size. No, a gallon of water is really not that hard if you think about it. However, if you don't think about it, you just do it, guess what? Lo and behold, yeah, you're going to be going to the bathroom more often, but you need to flush your system. Those
Yes.
toxins, you got to get those toxins out of your system. I'll tell you this, Tina. I had so much fun in New Orleans, but one of the greatest things, I'm happy to be back in Atlanta so I can get my regimen back on. I noticed my body definitely inflating. That's what it was doing. Oh my goodness. But it was all good because, when you think about beignets, it's bread. When you think about beignets, it's bread and sugar. So automatically, what it's going to do is going to turn into sugar inside of you as well. When you think about daiquiris, what is it? It's sugar again. And a lot of the foods that we eat in New Orleans is all consumed of sugar. And we cook that way. And that's just one of the things when I lived there, I had to totally transform my life. I lost 75 pounds, you know, being a part of New Orleans and stop eating the foods from New Orleans. I was able to lose 75 pounds. And it was just like, oh my God, everybody thought I was anorexic. It's like, I'm not anorexic. This is the size I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
And
Yes.
sometimes we get
Yes.
so used to people seeing us larger when we start going to the ideal weight of what we're supposed to be. People start saying, oh my God, you're too thin. Too thin for what? Not too thin for us. Get out of my business, okay? Too thin for who? Sometimes people want to see you large because they want to be large. Guys,
Yes.
stop
Yes.
allowing other people's opinion to dictate what it is that you're going to do. From this day onward, as you're living a healthier life, focus on what it is that you need to do for yourself. And I wish everyone can understand this. If your waistline, I would say this, if your waistline is over 42 inches, guys, whether you're a man or a woman, we got to get focused on how we can slim that waistline down, because what happens, a lot of bacteria is in our tummies. And because a lot of bacteria, we carry that, that's where a lot of diseases are. A lot of diseases are right there in our tummy. So we want to make sure we take the exercises that I love what Jackie Underwood do for us. We are on that floor on Saturday mornings. We're working those abdominals, and you can work your abdominals every single day. That's something that you can do with your ab exercise. Is that what? Tell us some of the things that you do, Stars Tina, to keep your waistline as well as your whole regimen
I
consistent.
love it.
Share.
I love it. I love it. And we always talk about mindset, right? It all starts there.
Yes.
And I wish we could just exercise and everything could just go away. I wish it was that simple because for me, exercise is simple. I love it. It's like crack to me. I've never done crack, but I hear it's good. That's what exercise is like to me. But 80%, you know this, Renee, 80% of the way you look is by what you're eating. So if you're eating crap all the time, you're really wasting your time. The other 10% is your genes. So if you know your family naturally has big thighs or your family naturally has a big belly, that's my family. You're going to have to work a little bit harder in those areas. And there's no such thing as spot reduce. So you can't say, I want to lose weight in my stomach. I want to lose weight in my neck. It just kind of falls off where it is. But that final 10%, like Renee said, is exercise, is movement. Jackie does an amazing, I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure it's great. A hula hoop class. You're moving your belly around.
Yes.
And then the ab exercises I like, I'm going to keep this real short, Renee. There's four parts of your stomach. Like if you look at your stomach and feel it, you have your upper abs. So you want to work those upper abs. Then you have your lower abs. You know, when you zip up your pants, you have that part there. And then you have your obliques, that little side area where you're like, doo, 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 looking super cute. And then you have the inside of your stomach. Call that rectus abdominis, where all your organs are. That's when you're doing a plank. So those are the four. Whenever I do any ab class or ab work, we have to work all, I'm sorry, one more thing. Your lower back is directly related to your core. So if you're like, oh, my back hurts, well, it's probably because you have a weak core. So whenever I do any core exercise, we're doing all four parts of the core. And then I kick in some lower back like some Supermans. That's how I keep my tummy and entire body tight. That's my little tip.
I love it. I love it. I think what happens, like you said, with that whole mindset, we can really do more if we truly precondition our minds to just do it. You know, um, I love how Jackie has us doing planks, and planks are one of my favorite. I love doing planks, and I love
What is
working
wrong
my
with you? Planks,
abdominals. I
I
love
hate
working.
them.
I love planks. You don't like
The
planks?
I hate planks. I hate them. I mean, we make them fancy,
She
touching the
said you hate
shoulders
them.
and all that stuff. I hate them, but I love them. I say I love to hate them.
Oh, you love to hate them. Okay, good. Yeah, I love doing planks. You know why? I have this sign that's right in front of right in front of my vision. And I don't think about the way, I don't even think about the timing. I just focus on believe, right? So believe is the sign, that's the message that I keep focusing on when I'm doing my planks. And I just stay focused on that, right? And no matter how long she tell us, whether it's she's like, oh my God, you guys went a minute. I'm like, okay, it didn't feel like anything. So if you just get your mind right, you can do even more. But if you focus on the what is you're doing, sometimes it takes you away from the actual just getting it done. Okay, just actually getting it done. I enjoy my leg walks. I know a lot of people don't like leg walks, but working that lower abdominals with those leg walks, oh my goodness. Oh my God. Last Saturday, she had, well, the Saturday before the holiday, our entire body was feeling it. And that's what I like about her, because she keeps challenging you. How many of you guys haven't challenged your body? That's something, even as you work out, even with Stars Tina, she has to challenge her body with her exercise, right, Stars?
Yes, I want to add to what you said with your plank and all that other stuff, Renee. I notice a lot of people, myself included, when you know the time is up or it starts to hurt, you quit and you stop. And I always say, just wait, 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 5 more seconds and go through that threshold of pain because that's where the difference starts. If you stop when it hurts, just push a little bit longer. Do you do that, Renee? Do you push a little harder when you feel like you're ready to quit?
Absolutely. If you remember Muhammad Ali, he didn't start counting until it started hurting. He didn't
Yep.
even start, he would just run and run, run, run. Once it started hurting, that's
Then you
when he
count.
started timing himself. So he's already gone through, a lot of people don't realize, even when we start working out, 30 minutes. You got to go through things consecutively, at least 30 minutes before you even start burning anything.
Yep.
And that's
Yep.
why when we were on the 75 hard, it's 45 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes in the evening, because that again gives you that whole regimen of working out first get through the building up of your cardiovascular, and then you start really releasing some of those toxins. And oh my God, I don't know about you, but I love to sweat. I absolutely love sweating. And it's because you're getting rid of all of that stuff. Do you like sweating, stars? Come on, honey.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Let me tell you, I'll start off with pants and shirts. I'm taking the clothes off. I hate feeling the sweat. But then when it's there, it's like I get emotional. I think that's why, Renee, because when I go hard, it's like you can't tell if I'm crying or if it's sweat. I'm going so hard. But I do like
Yeah.
the feeling after a while.
Well, you know what I usually do? I always put my body, I put coconut oil on my body first, okay? And I used to be this big firm believer. After you put the coconut oil, I will put like a little bit of like a wrap around my stomach area, target areas. So therefore, with those target areas, it'll help me to stay in control of those things, to help me sweat even more so in those target areas. And I kid you not, girl, as a mother of a 20, now she's 22, but I would say maybe 3 or 4 years prior, my waistline got back down to 26 inches, 26 inches. And I got the pictures to prove it as well. So as it stands right now, guys, I love doing abdominals. I was doing my abdominals anywhere between 300 to 400 crunches a day. And it really, really makes a difference. Even when I was pregnant with Janae, I kid you not, the doctor was like, okay, where is your child? I'm like, trust me, she's in there. She's truly in there. But because my abdominals were so tight, they were so tight, it was almost like inverted somewhat. But one of the greatest things we can have is sexy stomach and sexy arms when you're working out. Come on, stars, talk
I
about
have
it.
I have a question for you, Renee. When you were modeling,
Yes.
did they make you guys exercise or do certain things to stay in shape, or was this just for you?
No, this was something, when you're a model, everybody's body's different. And so remember, I came from New Orleans, big bone, full of eating, right? So I literally had to retrain my body. And because I had to retrain my body, I had to stay working out in order for me to keep my weight in control. So many girls, some people are just naturally thin. I wasn't that girl that was naturally thin. I used to have my weights with me. I probably was the only model that traveled with her 3 and 5 pound weights wherever we travel. So everybody would pick up my suitcase. It's like, what do you have in it? I would have my weights. So when we go to the hotels, I'm doing my lunges, whether we had a gym or not. I'm doing my lunges with my weights. That was
Wow.
just some of the things I would have to do in order for me to stay on track with my size. Because as traveling with Ebony Fashion Fair, if you gain 10 pounds over your weight when you weighed in, they would send you home. Every Monday, we were weighed in. And guys, let me tell you, your body fluctuates. Ladies, your body fluctuates every month, every month. So now you got to work even harder to stay on track. And from one Monday to the next Monday, it's like, oh my goodness, that was like one of the worst times, because sometimes we ate. We did. We would go to these after parties that all the celebrities and sponsors will host for us. And trust and believe, they were not skimpy with the food. Even with Ebony, they would have a cafeteria. You would have thought that was my Auntie Davita home with greens and cornbread and fried chicken. It's like, oh my goodness, really? So as a model, we had to always have discipline. Really, really disciplined, because you can have the big eyes, but you cannot have the big stomach. Because when you are a certain size, you have to fit the clothes. It's not like they're gonna make the clothes fit you based upon you adjusting to your weight size. No, it doesn't work like that. So back then I was a size 4, a 4, so I was weighing in
And
about
tell them how tall you
135.
are. And tell them how tall you are, Renee, because this is
I'm
so
five
impressive.
eleven. I'm 5'11", and back then, as a size 4, almost like sometimes even 2'4", I weighed about 135. So I was very, very thin, very thin.
I've seen the
My God,
pictures,
you'll
and
see
it
pictures like how you see Janae's size right now. Janae is about the same size. I probably was a little
you
smaller
look
than
smaller.
Janae.
Yeah, you look
Remember the
smaller.
girl
You look
had on the pair
smaller.
of my pants? Remember those white pants?
Oh
I
my
wasn't
gosh,
able to
guys,
fit those white pants.
guys,
Oh my God.
this girl, how tall is Mara? Six
Oh,
two,
she's
six
six
three.
two. Mara is
This
6'2".
this woman is 6'2", very thin. I don't like to say skinny, very thin. And she had on these pants, and Renee said she had worn them once, and I'm like, Both of her legs was one of my thighs. I'm looking at this girl. Okay, I'm like, put her legs together. That's one of mine. But one more thing
Yes.
I wanted to share, Renee. We were talking about sweating before I forget. Have you ever, when I did hot yoga, I would put a little bit of oil on my head somewhere so when I sweat, I could smell. Have you ever put oils or anything on so when you sweat, you have that oozy smell?
I always put it underneath my nose. I put my scent right underneath my nose. I put like two little dots right here and here. So even like with my perfume, guys, that's like my little secret. I'm telling you my secret. I always put it right here because in that way I'm always smelling, the aura that I
Oh my
want to smell
gosh.
throughout the day. Yeah, I'll put it right underneath my.
You know why I love that? Because you're doing it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you're doing it for yourself. When people are
Yes.
like, I hate when it's like, oh my gosh, you smell horrible. They're doing it for other people. But when you do your here, it's like, this is for me. And that's Renee. She's like,
Yes.
it's about me. I love that. Love it.
Yes. One of the good things too for calming, I love lavender oil. Lavender oil is one of those amazing calming smells. And sometimes I didn't bring it with us this time in New Orleans, but I spray my pillowcases with lavender
Mm,
oil smell. So therefore I can just sleep at night. Those are some of the
yes.
things that I
Yes.
enjoy doing. Even with my baths, I always like to put lavender oil in my bath water as well.
Don't get me started, Renee. That's like the candle I gave
Okay.
you guys. I love lavender and sage. So I designed a candle. I named it after my daughter, Divinity. It's lavender and sage. Sage to just clear up the air and the lavender to just smell good. I just love a good smell.
You got to let everybody know where they can find that candle. Guys, that was like the best gift possible. I am a candle lover, and not only am I a candle lover, but currently right now I got candles burning in my home.
Are
That's
you
just one of the
serious?
things yes, I love candles. I absolutely love candles. So share with everybody how they can get some of your candles, stars.
So, guys, I'm so excited about this candle. You know how you're branding your business and you want to grow your business. So, starstina.com, you can go to that link right there. And the candle is called Divinity. That's my daughter's name. I just love the name. I wish I could take credit for it. But it's a combination of sage and lavender because for me, I like to either sage the house or Palo Santo. If I had my lighter, I'd show you. Take the Palo
Yes.
Santo and I put it around my entire body. These are just little rituals that I do every day to keep me grounded. You might see me with my bracelets all the time. Again, this is something to keep me grounded and focused with my values and my morals. And if you want a candle, pop in and hit me up. I want to get you one.
Absolutely. I love it. Guys, what we are talking about right now, these are not things that we do as just as a convenience. These are a lifestyle. And as we bring about different lifestyles, we want to know how have some of the our suggestions, how has it impacted your life? Because we're all evolving. And as we're finding certain things about ourselves in our wiser years that we really do appreciate. I love having peace. That is so important for me. You won't see me getting all flustered or upset with people. It's just like, okay, let's find the calming experience out of this because one of the things I love sleeping at night and being at peace. You can't go to sleep at peace when you're mad with someone or if someone's rubbing you the wrong way. You wake up with the wrong energy. So you want to be very protective of your energy. Do you find that how that's something that's really important to me in my wise years? What about you, stars?
So important. This throat chakra right here, Renee. Back in the day, I'd be afraid to share what I thought or how I felt. And you actually helped when I first met you and we had a conversation and I said, I have this group of women that I work out with and it's feeling funny. You said, girl, you got to talk to them. You got to clear this up. And ever since then, no matter what it is, if I feel a little itch of uncomfortableness or funkiness, we have to address it because communication is so important. I always say there's three sides to a story. It's your side, their side, and then the truth, and then how you feel and how you felt. Well, you sent a text and it made me feel this way. Just communicate. That's what I think is
Yeah.
so important because I don't want to go to sleep. You may not wake up. So when I go to sleep, I want to make sure I'm rested. I tell everyone I love you. I get that phone. It's like, I love you. Good night. And then I'm at peace. So yeah, I agree with you. Got to go to bed at peace.
Got to be at peace. One of the greatest things, when you're in a space with several different energy types, we always talk about there's four different types of people in the world, and there really are. And it's okay for you to disagree. It's okay for you not to like everything. If you don't like yellow, it's okay. It really is. But one of the greatest things I always say is important for us to always respect and love each other. That is a choice that we can make. And that's how we are always able to be in alignment with not only with ourselves, but with God's calling. Because think about it. Not everybody loved God. Not everybody loved his son. But one of the greatest things we can do is always respect each other and respect each other's energy. And that's why I love staying in vibration with those who understand that. And you'll see me sometimes, I'll walk away if it's something that's a little bit too heavy to deal with. Guess believe I know how to take my glass and go, excuse me, I walk away, but I'll put a smile on my face. I'll make sure I'm smiling because I'm always going to stay in control of my space. And that's something that's important. Everyone out there, learn to stay in control of your happiness. Learn to stay in control of always knowing that you are in
Yes,
power of who
yes.
you are. Don't ever let anyone take your spotlight. Never, ever, ever,
Do
ever.
you
Okay, guys?
do you have any other tips? Because I was talking to your daughter. I told her how impressed I was at how calm you are under major pressure. Because the average person would scream, and she was like, "She's gotten better over the years, Tina. I know you do the 1 to 7 count. Are there any other
Seven.
things you do internally in your mind to stay calm when things on the outside world are out of your control or not so good, Renee?"
Yeah, what I usually do, I just focus on something else, because unfortunately life happens. Life happens to all of us. But don't let it just be that it's happening to us. Sometimes it's happening for us. So I always look for solutions. Okay, we see the big, big, big pink elephant in the room. So how do we solve the problem? Let's address the problem. I love what you indicated in regard to, yes, if there's a problem, if I say something that hurt your feelings, please let me know because I don't know, what we're saying and what we're not saying, but let's talk about it. Don't go and speak to somebody else around the corner about it. I always like to be direct with the person because that's how you solve problems with the quickness. How I learn in this space is all about collaboration with good energy, collaborating with those who have like minds, and who are so in tune to their greatness. I love alpha men and alpha women. I love when people know their power and their strength. And even if you don't know your power and your strength, it's okay. Let's come together so we can find what it is your strength. What is it that you're great in? Because I want to focus on what you're great and not what you're weak in, because we all have
Yes.
weaknesses, right? We all have weaknesses, and I like to give my weaknesses to somebody else. I'm telling you, Stars Tina, because
I love it.
that allows me to stay in my rhythm, and that allows me to stay in my lane as well. This is a tip for everyone. Work on staying in your lane. Work on staying in your lane of geniuses because everybody have their own uniqueness. And if you learn the strength and your power, you're unique and your geniuses, trust and believe we'll have a much better place in this world for each and every last one of us. If
Renee, I
you're
heard you.
not too, well, I'm gonna say if you're not tuning to us live, we are live on
Yes.
Clubhouse. We're
Woo,
live right
woo.
here on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Guys, tune into us. We're here at GW3 Live. It's all about our lunch and soar, and we're giving you tips on, today it's about Takeover Thursday as we focus on, tips in regard to health and wellness. And the energy is just so, so powerful. We're here with a fabulous Miss Stars,
Yay.
Tina. Yes, yes, yes. And of course, I'm Renee Noor, and we're just dropping some knowledge. If you have a question that you'd like for us to respond to, don't hesitate. We want to hear from you. We truly want to hear from you. What were you going to say, Miss Stars, Tina?
So I heard you yesterday. Today you were saying tap into your ge- um, your genius, your power. And I don't know exactly what you were saying, but you were saying how you can do makeup, you can do fashion design, you can do all these different things, but you focus on one thing. And I agree with you with that. We all have special talents and gifts. Can you explain a little bit more why it's so important to just stay focused on that one thing and not veer off to other things for those of us like me that are kind of, ah!
Absolutely. When you stay, and I'll give you an example. We just rolled out with our own company, and I had these amazing models, and one of our models didn't have any clothes, right? So you know what? I said, I'll sew you something. I'll create something for you. And which I did. I wound up sewing for our full figure model a three-piece ensemble, which was fabulous. But do I want to be known as a designer? Absolutely not. But you know what? Sometimes we just have to make things happen and get it done. So basically, when you have so many talents, and that's sometimes, especially for ladies, don't get me wrong, men are always more laser focused on just one thing, getting it accomplished. The ladies are the ones that's kind of like could be all over the place. Well, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. You can't do everything because you can't be everything to everyone. Guys, I had to learn that the hard way. When I first started off with my company, I was saying I can do this and I can do that and I can do this and I can do that. And what I was doing, I was rocking myself right into the grave, guys. Yes, I was, because I was overly extending myself. And truly, I was even more of an upset kind of person because I had so much energy going on because I was just overly doing things. Nowadays, I focus on my genius. I focus on being that conduit. I love relationships. I love bringing about the right synergy and also helping people to identify their greatness as well. I come from the background of not only being in the finance because I was the vice president of two banks. I work with SunTrust as well as I work with Washington Mutual. But in addition to that, fashion is my bag, baby. I love fashion. Thanks to Miss Willie Mae Wilson, she was my mother. She always had that fashion in her. And then, of course, with my life, after I redefined myself by losing 75 pounds, I became an international model. I used to do fashion windows along the way. So I love fashion. I go into a house, prime example, I'm like, okay, this needs to be over here, this needs to be over there. That's just something that I could do, without even thinking about it. But I love that, right? But I don't want to be everything to everyone. Makeup. Yeah, I did a couple of makeup for a couple of movies. Had to be the makeup artist, and a lot of people are like, wow. I use one of my talents, but you don't see me walking around. Yes, we'll do makeup. Yes, I will do makeup. No, I don't want to walk around with that sign. Not at all. Because we have so many other people who are even better than me, right? And that's the thing. When you know your gifts, when you know your talents, step back and let those who are experts to come in. And then not only do you elevate them, then they'll elevate you as well. So it's okay to pull back and not be everything to everyone. And I'm so grateful for just you know, being able to identify that and being able to respect that. I love the fact that you guys, we got the workout experts that come in and do their routines, because I learn so much more when we have the experts to come to the table. I love hearing Perpetue's voice with her whole natural pathway and helping us to clean out that gut and get ourselves in place. Oh, Miss Camille Jones coming in there working out with her powerful way of just doing it. Stars Tina, her always being able to get into her zone of whether it's working out, whether it's just the motivation, or just being able to get into the yoga, that mindset, right? Those are some
Renee, we got
things
to
that
make some noise for you. We got to make some noise for
I'm
you.
saying.
We need some hearts in the chat. It was about a minute ago I wanted to do this, but or however they make that noise, that was fire! Oh my gosh, Renee, you just poured so much into me. I know they were on the other end. We need some yellow hearts in there for Renee, guys, because she is on
Yes.
fire. She does have a super calming spirit, guys, but as calm as her spirit is, I never imagined anyone to be like, we're in the hotel. She's like, she's not even ashamed. She's like, yes, woo! And people are looking, and she's like, hey. So I love, 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 love your spirit, Renee. I do want to share something really quick. I don't know if you guys can see the book. Renee, have you seen the book, The Four Agreements? Have
Of
you heard about
course,
it?
that book is in my phone. I love the Four
Oh,
Agreements.
oh, I
Absolutely. That's one of my powerful books.
I would
Absolutely.
love I would love to read the four agreements, because when you were talking about relationships and people, and this has helped me so much in the past few weeks. If you guys haven't read it, it's called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I'm just going to read them really quick, and these are game changers, life changes when it comes to your life. The first one is be impeccable with your word, everything you say. The second one, don't take anything personally. The third one, don't make assumptions, and the last one, always do your best. If you live your life with those four, it's magnificent. So I just wanted to share that, Renee.
I love it, guys. I love it. I'm so excited about this opportunity for us today, Starcina, because we show truly the pure essence of how you can collaborate, how you can truly support each other, still having several different businesses, but
Yes.
the importance of loving on each other. And that's something that's totally, just being in a space of confidence, because we both have confidence, right? Being in a
Mm.
space of want to also keep paying it forward. You're doing such an amazing job, young lady, and I'm
Mm.
so glad I had the pleasure of meeting you in New York City, but truly
Mm.
getting to know you in New Orleans and just watching
Yes.
you work. It was just so on fire, and your heart is just like this, but it's really like that, okay? It's so huge, and your energy is totally infectious, and I'm so proud of
I
you.
love it.
Yes, I
I
am.
love it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. You know it's mutual because just from the first conversation, and I would say, and I said this about your daughter too, looking at you guys from the fashion show, I thought you'd be these stuck up, snooty, just I'm better than you type of individual. And it's so not like that. So not like that, guys. She's so
So
down to
far.
earth and so cool. Just like, hey, just like my cousin, my auntie, my sister, super that
Yes.
lets you that makes you not makes you but encourages you to level up. And Malika Starr said something yesterday when you were talking about fake it till you make it or your authentic self, and I loved how she said that because I was looking at Renee at Malika's Instagram and she had her hair in these two ponytails with a hat. I was like, hey, you look super cute. And then she said she knows how to bring it up authentically and when to bring it down authentically. And I think some people try to change who they are when they're around certain people. Like people say, oh, Tina, I never see you with makeup on. Well, because I'm teaching a class. But of course, when I'm with Renee, it's like, okay, I don't have my lashes on today, but still, I'm going to do a little something, something. So I just wanted to
Yes.
share that.
Well, I think what's so great, it's nice to have people that want to enhance everything about you. And, when we talk about being a seven-star luxury
Uh,
brand,
uh,
being a seven-star luxury brand, it's just all about paying attention to the details, to the details. I could say that I've actually experienced a seven-star luxury brand with going to Dubai, the only hotel that's there that's considered to be the seven-star luxury brand, right? And I just love how they paid attention to the way it smelled, the look, even how you're greeted outside. The food is just so intricately selected for the restaurant within itself. The amazing aquarium that as you're going up the escalator, you can see the ocean alongside that. That is something that's so important. So when I say that, oh my goodness, it's like, what else can I do to enhance myself? That's what I ask each and every last person. Once you share with me, what are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your desires? Now, how can we enhance it? That's something that's powerful because when someone shares with you that they want to enhance what it is that you're doing, you want to keep them on your team because they only want to see you showing up in your best. And I'll say just like that, in your best superpower elements as possible. We all have superpowers. If you know your superpower, put it in the chat what your superpower is because superpowers for warriors is so incredible. And if you're just learning about your superpowers, it's okay. We'll still take you wherever you are. But know this, we want you to be elevated because every last one of us are living through each other right now, right? But we're bringing our superpowers to the table. Let's have a conversation about that, all right? We're bringing our
oh,
superpowers to the table. I love what Glenn did last night. Yes, guys, Glenn Rudin is one of our GW3 warriors, and my goodness, he talks about the message, and having your superpower. You become unstoppable, guys, unstoppable. So those are just some of the things that we love doing with the GW3 family. Not only is this something that we are very intentional, but we are committed and dedicated in helping you find your next level of greatness. And it just brings me so much joy when you all stand out and open up those sweaters or those jackets and your super S is on your chest and it's like, I am here ready to take over the world. I love it. I truly love it, stars. I love it.
Renee, do you know? I don't think you really know. maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I'm here to tell you what you're actually building, this empire of women. So before I actually joined GW3, I heard about it a little, just a little bit. Someone says, "Oh, Tina, you should go into this room," and I thought it was just a room on Clubhouse at 12 o'clock. And I was like, "Well, I work, I really can't join the room at that time." I'd pop in every now and again, and when I did pop in, I was like, "Ooh, I want to be a part of that." I didn't even know what it was. It was just a room on Clubhouse for me. And then when I spoke with you and you told me all the things you were doing, I was like, wow, that sounds like a cool place to be. You made me, before I even joined, you were telling me what you did. And I was like, well, I do want to be better at talking, at speaking with my finances, with the way I look, with everything you were saying. And I was like, well, how can I join? And I've only been in your circle with GW3 maybe 3 months, if that long. And in this little bit of time, you've taught me, like you said, to level up. When we had our conversation, guys, I always say, think big times 10. That's my thing. And Renee's like, think big times 100. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like no matter what I said, she made me go even harder. And I was like, who is this woman? She is amazing. I freaking love her. Because for me, you think 5 star, I'm going to a 5 star hotel. And she's like, oh no,
Yes.
7 star luxury. And I'm like, okay, sister. That
Yeah.
is what I love. We need people. And I don't know if you were the person who said this, Renee, in regards to our dreams and our goals. And you guys know we're at the end of Q2. You know, Q3 is here. Your dreams and your goals should be so big. It not only scares you, that's old news. That's old news, but you can't do them by yourself. Like Renee is building an empire of women. I see her jet. She's got a jet for us guys. Okay. She's got her own little island, but your dreams should be so big that you can't do them alone. So I don't know if this is true, Renee, but this is what I heard. You're getting a jet and you need some investors. So all the
Yes.
GW3 women that want to invest in this jet with Renee,
That's
and we
right.
can use it up. We can rent it out. Like, okay, so I want this
Hmm.
weekend of the year, 2 times a year, and that's the GW3 jet. I don't know, just thinking big.
No,
That's all.
you're right on it. You're truly right on it. On that next level of thinking, and that's where we are. We're at our fifth annual,
Woo!
and last
Woo!
year we had the driven to luxury. Literally, I had people driving in Porsche cars around the tracks. Because why? Because you got to see yourself at full speed ahead, getting ready to take over the world. And unfortunately, sometimes we think a little small about ourselves. I have this little business. Nothing about your business is little, nothing at all. Okay. Always look at yourself as a corporation. And as each and every last person is building out that $1 billion enterprise, you are already in alignment of attracting other millionaires to support your vision and your dreams. And that's how you have to constantly speak about what it is that you're doing into existence. We heard Glenn Lundy speaking about that this morning, but this is something that, that's just been a part of my DNA. And I'm so grateful. I have to always give my honors to not only Father God, but also to that Willie Mae Wilson, my mother. She lives through me now. We're both born January 23rd. And being a part of an Aquarius woman, that's already, we just have that water flowing. I love my Aquarius woman, which is Oprah Winfrey, one of the other mentors I truly love. And, really, nothing in this world is impossible. Nothing in this world is impossible. That's why it's so important for us to not only level up on that next level of thinking, but evolving into our greatness. And I always love to
Mm-hmm.
have my different books, on that next level of thinking, thanks to Mr. Joel Osteen.
Okay.
And of
Okay.
course, as we evolve into our best version of ourselves, you gotta make sure you have what? The right playbook. And in order to have the right playbook, you want to make sure you doing it with the right people. Okay. And yes, Miss Starstina, I'm grateful that we are here. Not only we're here, it's all about being fierce. It's about being fabulous. And as my girlfriend would say, blah to fierce. Yes, I got all the books, baby.
I love it. I
I
love
just
it. I love it.
absolutely love it. Yes. So, yes, that's where we are. And this is just the beginning. Again, August 19th through the 21st, you want to be a part of this fifth annual Power to Soar Leadership Conference. We have some big players that's going to be joining us. And if you can't be with us in person, you truly want to be online with us because you're going to be learning so much from these amazing gents and gems. I would call our ladies gems that's going to be pouring into us. We got Amelia Antonetti that's going to be in the house
Woo,
alongside
woo,
with
woo,
Frederick.
woo.
Oh yeah, Frederick Penny. Love Frederick Penny. He's dropping his new book, and a lot of them are all new authors or they're fourth, fifth time authors, but they're going to be releasing their books. And I got a big surprise for you because I do it like
Come
that.
on.
I will be releasing my book as well come August, guys. So
Yay! What's the
God
name
is
of
so,
it?
so great. Yes. And you know, one of the things I ask each and every last one of our warrior ladies and gents to do, make sure your story becomes a book. Let's have our own library. So the GW3 family will have our very own library as well. And as we release all these amazing books, guys, I'm so grateful for each and every last one of you guys. Love our Malika Starr, having her as one of our in-house publishers, alongside with Michael T. Butler as our in-house publisher. So if you want to become an author, if you know for sure you have a story that's inside of you, you just need the right people to support you. Come on over here. We want to hear your story. We want to talk about your story. We have some of our doctors that's going to be joining us and supporting our GW3 young leaders. They're going to have their books online as well. So, guys, it's going to be fabulous. I'm looking so forward to seeing you, meeting you. And you know what starts, Tina? We're going to blow the roof off this mother like what we
Yes.
did in New York City, babe. Yes.
Woo! Yes, yes. I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun.
Yes.
So
So
fabulous.
now we get back into eating healthier. That's what today is all about, you know. And I want Star Tina to pour into us with her words, her last words of closing in regarding to wisdom, in regarding to how important it is, you know, for why eating healthy is
Yes,
essential for you
yes.
living your life. Stars,
Woo
take it away.
woo. Alrighty, guys. So here on this thriving Thursday, I'm here to give you a couple tips. Alrighty. If you did not know, I did a 72-hour fast, no food at all. It was just liquids, just water. And the reason why I did it was to prove one that I could do it and for mindset because intermittent fasting is so important. So that's one thing I want you to introduce to your system if you have not done it. Start perhaps 7 o'clock at night, so 7 o'clock in the morning, whatever window it is, start with 12 hours. That's the first thing. Second thing I want to encourage you to do is change the way you look at food and think about food. So instead of saying breakfast, say meal one. And then after that, you have your meal one. Last tip of the day, third number tip, guys, is uh, make sure your first drink in the morning. What are you drinking as soon as you wake up? I personally like to have water, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, some lemon, cumin, cayenne pepper, Himalayan pink salt. That's my thing. But for you, at least some water to get your body fueled up and moving in the morning because you want to thrive. As you get older, it's super important that you're eating clean, that you're eating healthy because the way you look is directly related by what you're eating. 80%, guys. So for essential living, for living, remember it's a lifestyle. It's not for the summer. It's not for a wedding. It's the way you're going to eat for the rest of your life. And also, lastly, as I close, who are you surrounding yourself with? The people that you're surrounding yourself, have conversations with them like, let's have some more water, let's have some more plant-based foods, and explain you want to live a healthier life. That's all I have to share with you today. We'll see you again next week for a Thriving Thursday.
I love it. I love it. And guys, I just want to say, you know, as you're preparing for your level of genius, your new level, because that's what we talk about. We're on the next level of living intentional. That's the key. Intentionality. How you start your day truly does matter. I learned that from one of my amazing mentors, Mr. Glenn Lundy. Because of him, I know for sure I am the woman that I've evolved into today. You know, make sure you're writing down exactly those items that you want to accomplish. You know, it's okay for them to be up here, but if they don't get down onto a piece of paper and you write them down, reflect upon them over and over again, it won't get done. So repetition is the key. Put that down. Repetition is the key to your success. Consistency. Keep showing up even when you don't feel like showing up. You still have to keep showing up. Trust and believe you're going to have so many distractions. You're going to have so many people talking in your ear about why you shouldn't do it. The law of less efforts, the law of less effort, just do it and be done. Just do it. It takes you faster time in doing it as opposed to you talking yourself out of getting it done. Just do it and make it happen. This year is all about making things happen. No more excuses. Put that down. No more excuses. Excuses are not even acceptable. It's all about the non-negotiable of getting it done. And you will get it done. You have the right tribe. You have the right activities. Plus, you have those who want to see you win. What else could you ask for? Guys, this has been an amazing opportunity for us to be here with the GW3 Live. We'd like to say thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again on tomorrow for our Tom Ford Fridays, because the men, when they come in, they take over. Not only do they take over, they drop the knowledge, they focus on the mindset, the money, matrimony, but they're also about making results. And that's one of the greatest things that we always like to provide to you guys. It's all about the results. Thank you again for joining us. And we're going to return right back into that clubhouse now. That's where everything started. And you know what? I like to close out right there. So we love you guys. Put some yellow hearts in the chat. Put some yellow hearts right there in the clubhouse as we sign off for today's GW3 Live Lunch and Soar. See you on the next side of your greatness. You always have to do what? Keep those shoulders back, the head up, and go blaze the universe, babe, because the world needs another game changer, and that is you. Thank you guys for joining us
Yay.
today. We'll see you in the clubhouse. Bye for now.
Bye.